Well, thank you for coming on the red carpet round table.
Cheers. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let's dig into what got you into the entertainment industry.
So ever since I was really young, I've always been like very talkative. Like I'm like a very like bubbly person. Like even on social media, like when I was younger, I seen videos of myself. I was always dancing, I was always talking, I was always out there, like I was out there person. And I started doing like modeling and like back in Puerto Rico when I used to live there. I started doing that type of stuff when I was like 6 months old. And I really fell in love with it. And my mom had a lot of fun with it. And it was a really cool experience. So I was like, I think I want to do more of this. And that kind of was what brought me into wanting to do like the whole thing, as especially so young.
And you were born in Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
and were you acting as well in Puerto Rico?
Well, in Puerto Rico, I wasn't acting, but I was modeling at this time. I was really young. So I mean, I wasn't camera shy. I've never been like camera shy. I like videos. I like recording myself. And even now to this day, like I'm on TikTok, Instagram. I'm always just like I like to record like everything I do. So yeah, I've always just been like the type of person to be out there. But I
Hmm.
started modeling in Puerto Rico, and then when I moved over here to Massachusetts and Connecticut, I started doing acting.
And wow, what a journey from Puerto Rico
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Massachusetts. I want to talk about your upcoming film.
Mhm.
What can you tell everybody about it?
Well, I'm really excited. I mean, it's going in the movies, right? Yeah, it's about to be in the movies, and I'm really excited to see myself. I mean, I've been to the premieres, and it's so cool just seeing myself on the screen and like watching how I've grown like over the years, and like my hair grew and I look different and stuff like that. I think it's really cool, and yeah, I'm just really excited to see myself. It's gonna be
And it's
super.
coming out in December, is that correct?
Yeah. Mhm.
And of course, you were with a lot of actors like Matt Davis, Stephen Graham, and so on and so on. The name can go on. Did you get to meet them, and how
Oh
was it like
yeah.
meeting them?
It was super fun. They were great people. I mean, I watched he was in the film, that one film, White Chicks. I saw him. Oh my God, that was so cool. I love seeing I love that movie so much. But it was really cool. They're really cool people. They're really fun to talk to. And also he's a dad now. He's really cool. So yeah, he's a really cool guy. And the whole cast and just being there was really cool experience. And I think that has to be like one of my favorite stuff that I've
Mhm.
ever filmed. Yeah.
And you played Sydney Cole.
Yes.
What is your character like?
My character, well, I am his daughter, and she's very like mature for her age. She like understands a lot of things, especially in the scene in the movie. You're gonna see a lot of stuff that he went through because the whole film is really based about like his PTSD in the war and like how that stuff has brought him to how he is today and how he's recovering from it. So that is like kind of like the daughter's like going with him and like
Hmm.
being by his side and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm just really excited for it to come out.
I'm so excited. I've seen the trailer. It looks really
Yeah,
good.
I love it.
Yes. Um, I want to dig into any other upcoming projects that you're allowed to talk about.
Yes, actually, I have a few. I mean, I usually my favorite type of projects to do are like the commercials where like you get to like travel or like the videos and the photos. I love that so much. That's my favorite. Especially when they take me to like cool places, like I guess like Florida and pay for the trips. That's my favorite part. But I have one coming up. My character Shelby. It's a short film, and I'm really just like a friend of the main character, and we just like walk around and we're like street kids and stuff like that. I've been on shows like it was the Gotham, what was it? Something like that. The
Hmm.
something like that. And it was really cool. It was New York. It was the coolest thing ever. And like it was so real. Like I just loved everything. And I like the cars that they put and like they have really cool props and it's so cool seeing it in person. So when I watch movies, I'm just like, wow, like I'm seeing it for very real time. Yeah.
And of course, I forgot to mention you were in New Amsterdam.
Yeah, I was. That was honestly, that has to be at least my like third favorite because there was so much like special effects on me and
Hmm.
like they put me in this night cast and it was just so bloody and like the blood was like honey, so it was really sticky. And I was like just like in the chair, I was like it's like so sticky and 100% I was asleep. And the funny thing is when we were filming a scene where I was like in the autopsy room, whatever it was, I think it was like where I was on a bed and they were
Hmm.
examining my head. I actually fell asleep. So like none of that was fake. I was really asleep.
Wow, I didn't know that. I watched most of New Amsterdam, and I didn't know you fell asleep
Yeah, I
in that
actually fell
scene.
asleep. I didn't even remember too much because like before I knew it, it was already over. I was like, oh,
And you said that was your third favorite. Which one's your
yeah.
first one?
My first favorite, I was in a show. It's called Golita Chronicles. That was my favorite show ever. It was really because like the crew, like the people there, it was the coolest thing. Like they even ordered us food and it had a trailer and they would give us like cool chairs with their names on it. It was just like full experience. I just felt like I was like a little queen, just like it was the best. And it was in Puerto Rico, so it was really cool. I love Puerto Rico because I'm from there, so
Yes. And I know Puerto Rico weather is always warm.
oh yeah. And I love to tan. I love to be in the sun, so yeah, it's my favorite.
So off the topic real quick, what's the fun thing to do in Puerto Rico?
The funnest thing to do in Puerto Rico, well, in my opinion, I love water. I love the beach. I love sunsets, and I have like an obsession with palm trees. So anywhere where there's palm trees, food, like a nice beach is just my favorite. The only thing I don't like is the bugs. I don't like that. I don't like that. I can't do it. But yeah, I don't go too deep in the ocean, but I really do love the beach.
Wow, I heard great things about Puerto Rico, by the way. So I'm going to ask a question, but how do you maintain your life with school and acting?
Oh yeah. That's honestly, I since I was what, I was I think entering first grade is when I like started going homeschool. And to be honest, it kind of felt like I kind of took too much time and I was like all about the acting. And when
Hmm.
to Connecticut is when I started going to actual school. And it really did change my life a lot. Because I mean, it's really hard to balance that because since you're doing so many auditions and castings, it's hard to balance it with your schoolwork. And then I also do cheerleading, which is my sport. I do that also, and it was super hard to balance it. But once you really like get it together, like for example, I go to a certain school where they let you do it, like a performing arts school where they let you take days off to do your acting and do stuff like that,
Right,
and
right.
they understand. So that was kind of a pretty good idea to go to a school like that. And also, like my friends here, they support my acting, and they think it's really cool. And my teachers and my peers and my principals, like at the time and now, they think it's a really cool thing. So it was hard at first, but I like to keep my life busy. I don't like to like just be bored all the time. So I like that I have like a lot going on, but it's hard to handle.
That's good you're homeschool because you have time to do
Yeah.
auditions and go on set.
Mhm.
What's the most funniest audition you've done?
Funniest audition. Actually, my favorite thing to do is when I have an audition and my brother's like minding his business or my dad is minding, I like just like to like act like the craziest things ever. Like, and they're like, what the heck is she acting about? Like, what's going on? But the funniest ones has to be, I think I auditioned for like a Kids Bop thing and I had to sing and dance and I don't even, it was so bad. Like, it was terrible. And I did this other one where, not gonna lie, I had a huge monologue. And I just mixed up all the words. And my mom sent the self-tape anyways. And I was like, that's literally not what it says. But yeah,
Does your does your mom help you with your
oh
monologue or
yeah.
your family?
Yeah, she helps me. Usually we go through the lines. I'm a pretty fast learner. So we usually go through the lines like a night before. She gives me the script the night before and I read it. And then I start getting it memorized in my head. And the next morning I wake up and I just know the lines, which is pretty cool. I think that's one of my favorite things that I do. Like I can memorize stuff like super fast.
And my follow-up is, what's the most embarrassing audition you've done?
The most embarrassing audition. Oh, I have one. Okay, I was like 7 to 8 years old, and basically, I think I was talking about cleaning or something. I was holding a mop, and I was like, I like to go around and around, and I just slipped. Like, I just fell on the ground. I was like, I did a turn, and I was on the floor, and my mom couldn't stop laughing. It was the funniest thing ever, but it did hurt. It did hurt. Yeah.
That gotta hurt.
Yeah.
As what is your dream genre role?
My dream role has to be like a type of genre, like a film.
Hmm. TV
Um,
show or film? I should have worded that way. Sorry.
It's okay. Has to be like I think comedy or like horror. I would love to be like an A24 film. I love his films. I love that. I love that crew so much. And I think it would be really cool to be in one of those like a psychological film. I think that would be really
So you
nice.
really love horror movie?
Yeah, I do. I love watching like the psychological ones because like plays with my mind. It's like wow, like what's going
Okay. Let me dig into what's your top three horror movie?
Okay, top three. I like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I like that. I just watched that the other day. That has to be my third. My second one is Get Out, which is like a movie with Tyler, I think Tyler Perry directed it. It's like this
Mhm.
guy who's like in this family. He's like married to this woman, and this woman like holds him hostage and a whole lot of stuff. The third, the first one has to be either Hereditary or Midsummer. I think those are a really good movie. Like psychologically, it's really cool. Like it messes with my mind. It's just
Somehow I thought you were going to say The Conjuring.
I've never watched The Conjuring before, actually.
That one's really scary, but Get Out, that's a good movie. Um, and that one was kind of confusing for me because I didn't know what was really happening. Did it confuse you as well? Like
Yeah,
for
no, it
me,
confused me 100%.
it was like I don't know, it was to me I didn't know until like I think you have to refresh my memory. Like he was asleep and then he woke up or he's in a different
Which one?
Get Out, was that?
Oh, Get Out. Yeah. Basically, it's just he was married to this woman and he had traveled to meet her family. And he noticed that everybody in the family, like all the people, all the like the waitresses and the service servants, because he like his girlfriend has a huge family and they're rich and they have a lot of money. He noticed that everyone is just like robot, like animated. Like everybody's
Yeah,
just
that's what I was thinking. Right,
animated.
right.
And the whole time, the mom was like hypnotizing them into
Mm.
believing this. And he found out that the girlfriend was like having stashes of extra boyfriends, like old boyfriends, and she would like collect them all. And I was like, what the heck? Like, what's happening?
I remember now. It was very
Yeah.
interesting movie. Um, what was the most challenging role you ever taken?
The most challenging role. Well, I've taken a lot of challenging roles before, but I think it's probably had to be Sydney actually because she shows a lot of like mature emotion and she shows a lot of like not a lot of kids her age. I think she was 12 or 11 years old that show like that and that have to like cry and like show like raw emotion like that. It's really
Mhm.
hard to get something like that, like especially so young.
And what helps you cry on cue?
Not gonna lie, I actually just take the pretty easy road and I just don't blink. I just like just stand there and just don't blink. Especially if it's cold outside. Actually, a couple of days ago, I was in doing how you call it, an acting job, and I had the ex if I could cry. And it was so cold outside, I was like, I probably can. And I was a little sick, so all I did was just not blink. Or I think about something that just gets me a little emotional. And I keep thinking about that, or I take a break, I breathe in and out and just like focus on what I have to do, and that really helps me.
I know some actors can cry on cue, but some
Yeah,
they
I don't
can't.
know, man. Some of them are really like really good at it, like right on now. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. Now, like it's the movie that's called, it's coming out is Sheepdog, correct? And what do you hope the audience will learn from this movie?
I just want them to know because I feel like a lot of people perceive like army people as like just like these tough guys,
Hmm.
and they really just like don't really see how hard it really is. And I feel like they underestimate and they criticize them and like, f I feel like they think they're super superior because they did so many things in life, but it's actually really hard. And what
Hmm.
they went through is really, really hard. And the movie talks about how like how hard it really is to be one and how hard it is to get out of there and the PTSD and the bad memories and the family and the life of everything. It's really,
I,
really
I
hard.
totally agree with you, and that's what we don't see in real
Yeah.
life. And for you, this movie, what ch my brain froze. What changed you? What does this movie did to you to change you?
Well, to be honest, the movie kind of opened my eyes a little more. Because my grandfather was actually in the military, but I never really like got to see like how deep it actually was. Like all the things that they actually have to go through and face and the criticism and people making fun of them and not taking it as serious. And it really just made me like more conscious to like pay closer attention and like try to see deeper in people.
And when you mean changing you, do you think differently now?
I do think differently. I've definitely been more open-minded, like into people and not judging them straight off the bat. Maybe like, paying closer attention to how they are and how they act and things like that. I've like noticed that I've definitely been more open-minded ever since.
And I wanted to talk about your audition for that role. How was it like auditioning for that role? And were you surprised you got it, if you mind me asking?
I I think I actually was. I was a little bit surprised, honestly. Like at first, I'm not sure if I auditioned for another role, but yeah, I think I auditioned for another role. And, you know, at first, I don't know if I was really feeling that one, but the director was definitely feeling me. And yeah, I think I'm really happy with the role I got. And my mom low-key looks like me. So like I think it was a perfect casting because I do look like her. And my little sister in the role, she's literally so cute. She's adorable.
Wow, amazing. Congratulations. Like I said, the trailer looks amazing and you worked with a lot of actors, on set, Matt Dallas, sorry, and then and Stephen Graham, amazing. Those are amazing cast members. So I just
Yeah.
want to congratulate you again
Thank
for that.
you.
Um, Other than that, you said you do modeling and you do
Yeah.
acting, and I know you're still young, but I'm just curious. In the future, are you going to come to a point you're going to only choose one, or are you going to do both still?
I think, well, I'm a very like outgoing person. I like to be on the media. I like to like I've always wanted my dream is to like be an influencer and like do cool videos and get ready with me's and collabs and stuff like that. So I think I'll definitely still be doing both. But I think I'm leaning more towards the acting because like ever since I moved here, I've done more acting than modeling because I just feel like it's more fun. And I feel like I have more talent in the acting than I have modeling. When I was like 6, 7 years old, I like did modeling, like I did pageants and stuff like that, and I liked it. But acting is just like a different experience. Like you get to meet more people and like you get to go more out there. And like especially on my Instagram, I like to like record my life and do things like that. So I definitely still be doing it in the future, but I don't think I'll have like a certain one to pick. I think I'll just pick whichever one, like, whichever one I'm feeling.
And you get to play different roles.
Yeah, that's also really cool. I
100%.
like to do that. That's my favorite part. I like to play different roles, like kind of like insert myself. 'Cause I sometimes I think about it, and when I do certain roles and people, like they're not actually me. So I like to step in the character, and I like to do things like that.
hmm And one thing about acting, and I don't know if you agree, it makes you step out of your comfort zone.
Oh yeah, 100%. I've definitely there's been a lot of times where I've been like really nervous to do certain scenes. Or, like before they start acting, before they say like action, I'm just like I just froze like oh I'm so scared. But once I get comfortable, I feel like it's definitely fun to like step out my comfort zone and do things that I haven't done before and
hmm
try different roles and different things like that.
Right. Yeah, definitely your comfort zone. Are you volunteering for any nonprofit organization? And if so, what are they?
Not really, not at the moment. I don't think so.
Okay. Now, what's your goal? Do you hope to be a director and producer as well?
Honestly, I just hope I can make it like big enough to maybe like represent Puerto Rico a little bit because I don't really see a lot of actors that have moved, from here, from over there to over here. I feel like I that's a pretty big thing. And I come from a very like supportive family and a very like kind of small family-ish. So it's kind of cool when they get to see me. I'm pretty sure I've been on the Puerto Rico news before, like on like what is it, Televisión, something like that. Or like Unimas, I know that one. And I've seen myself like I've seen my family in Puerto Rico watch me and I'm like, wow, like they can really like, do things over there. But yeah, I kind of just want to represent it a little bit.
hmm What's the favorite places you've been for your acting? What's your favorite place?
St. Petersburg, Florida is my number one favorite. It was super fun because I remember I had an audition for it and I had to jump in the pool. And it was a really deep pool and I honestly I didn't think I could jump in that deep, but I did and it was just like breaking through like wow, like I can do that. It was really fun. I got to experience a lot of cool things. I went to a lot of cool places, a lot of hotels with the pools and a lot of beaches. Super beautiful. Obviously Puerto Rico. I think it was Carolina, Puerto Rico. It was a whole lot of fun. And I mean, New York also is really cool. I always go to New York. So,
And it's always cold.
yeah, it's cold. Yeah. I mean, I prefer warm weather, but honestly, I think I'm starting to like the cold weather a little bit more because, it's just, I mean, I'm from Connecticut, so there's not a lot of heat over here.
No, it's always cold up there. And
Yeah, also, actually, another place is Canada. Canada was a whole lot of fun. Like, I went to this hotel with steak and these fries, and it was like, I think it was called the Drake Hotel. It was the coolest thing ever. Like the food was just so good. Like I've never, and there was like a little convenience store next to it. It was so much fun.
wow, we're in Canada, by the way.
Toronto.
Toronto, I've been
Yeah,
there. Really nice.
I love
But
it.
I would not live there in the winter because it's really cold.
It's cold.
I don't do well in cold weather. Who is your dream actor and actress you want to work with?
I think Ariana Greenblatt, she's so cool. Like I be watching her Instagram and I'm just like she's just so cool. Like how does she balance it? Like even I balance it. Like how does she balance like school and like going to public school? Because I think she goes to public school. It's like so cool watching her balance that. And Tyler Perry. I love his films so much. I watch all his films. Like I'm just like he's just so cool. And I like how he has like different genres of films. Like he does comedy, he does horror, he does all of it, like all of it. And it takes a lot of talent to do something like that.
hmm
So I
And
think
which
that's
one is
I
your
really
favorite Tyler Perry movie?
Oh, well, I think it's a series. I'm watching it on Netflix. It's called Beauty in Black. I love that series so much. It's so cool. Like, I just like to see, like, because it's a series that talks about someone who, like, wants to become a certain thing. She wants to be a cosmetologist, but she goes through a lot of challenges. She's from, like,
Mhm.
I think she's from Chicago, and, all the stuff that happens over there, and she wants to pursue her dreams, and I think it's really cool. And the film really talks about what actually happens in the world. And I like how he, like, picks like actors that aren't really known and he makes them known. I like that a
Mhm.
lot. I like that. I like when people do that.
I like the Tyler Perry Medea movies.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Have you
I need
seen
to
any of
start
them?
watching those. I haven't seen any of those yet. I need to start.
They're good. They're funny. That was a I don't think he's making them anymore. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I know he's made a lot though. I definitely seen a lot on Netflix.
Right. Yeah, don't quote me. I don't know if he's still making them. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so I don't know. I don't want to put that out there, but and for yourself, like you said, homework. How do you have time for homework?
Homework?
Yes, because I know
Okay.
you said you're homeschooled, but you're acting, audition, and the homework, and
Usually I have a couple weeks off when I do castings and auditions because I also am like a normal kid. Like I like to do my cheerleading, I like to go to school, I like to hang out with my friends. So I'm a pretty normal kid. So usually maybe on the weekends or after school I sit and do some of my homework. And even at my school we have classes where we can like study hall where you just sit and do a little bit of your work.
hmm
I usually do some of that, but I make sure I get my homework done before I have important things to do because I don't want to fail. So I really try to get that done as quick and as fast as possible. And even in castings and like sets, you have tutors. So usually my school will send me work and I will go with the tutors or meet on Zoom or just meet and have like a certain day or a certain couple of hours to do my schoolwork. And then I just send it right back to school.
wow. And then as yourself, how long does it take for you to do auditions? How many
Well,
takes, if you mind me
honestly,
asking?
we have scheduled times when we do it. Like my mom will tell me like, hey, after school you have an audition. And we end up taking like forever, but it doesn't really take that long. It really depends on how much I know my script. If I know my script enough, or if I know what I'm doing, or if I'm like motivated to the casting, then I probably will finish it in like 30 minutes, 20 minutes. But if it's like a long one and they want multiple scenes, my mom likes to be really like diverse and like very like she wants like people to like see all of it. So maybe one tape I'll have my hair down, the second tape I'll have my hair up, or like I'll change my clothes or I'll do something like that. So that takes like at least like an hour.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
What is any hidden talents that nobody know about you except your friends and family?
Well, not even my friends actually. I think I can like sing like a little bit, I guess. I guess I can sing a little bit. I'd be singing in the shower and my mom be recording me. And look here, I don't sound too bad. I sound a little bit good. But I think I'm a good cheerleader. I mean, I don't do like no tumbling, no tricks or flips, but I think I'm definitely a good cheerleader. I'm a good dancer and I have like very good like facial expressions like when it comes to like cheerleading or like acting stuff like that. I'm very good with my face. So I think that yeah, it has to be one of my talents.
Well, maybe your mom will put you in singing class.
Yeah, she was thinking about it, but I was like, I don't know.
You should do it if you. I'm gonna ask you, what's your why? Why are you acting?
Well, I really just like see people on my social media and my life in general. I'm just like, wow, like, I remember I came from like very small place in Massachusetts and like I lived in an apartment, I was sharing a room and it was like really hard at the time. And I realized like how much actually talent I had at such a young age. Like I could really do like a lot of stuff with this. Like this could really get me somewhere. And I didn't really comprehend that, but now I kind of do and I'm like, wow, like not a lot of kids have the opportunity to like do castings and go to New York and go to Florida and do all these cool things. And I kind of took it for granted at first, especially when I was in my prime where I had like so many castings this and I was like, oh, I don't want to do it. Like I'm too tired. But I didn't realize like how cool it actually is to do something like this. And for some reason I felt like I would be judged like at school and stuff like that, but it was like the complete opposite. Like everybody was like, I wish I could skip school to do this and that. And I'm just like, wow, like it's so crazy how like stuff that I don't like other people would like die for and things like that. And I think I took it for granted, took a little bit of advantage of it. But now I'm just like, it's really cool. And then I should feel like I should have been more appreciative. And all the things like I can get from this and like the experiences and being paid for trips and the food and everything and traveling the world, it's really cool. So honestly, that's really much why I like making memories and yeah.
That's good. We all live once for sure.
Yeah.
Have fun while we're doing this. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food. My favorite food has to be pasta. I love pasta so much. Pasta is my favorite food. Yeah, or steak. I like steak too. And burgers. I like burgers. I like all food. I really like food.
Okay, then what's the food that you will never eat?
Cheesecake. I hate cheesecake so much. I so
Really?
cheesecake. Yeah. Uh-uh. For some reason, it's just I'd eat cream cheese. Like I could literally eat cream cheese, but cheesecake is just
So
ew.
what's wrong if you mind me what's wrong with cheesecake?
I just don't like the way it tastes. Like it's just weird. Like except if it's like a chocolate one, maybe, but I just don't like it. Like it just tastes like expired milk. Even though cheese is literally expired milk, but it's just ew. Like I just especially with the crumbs, like it's like a texture overload. Like there's too much going on.
Okay, at least you didn't say like pies or anything.
Yeah. No, I like pie.
And is there any movies that you've seen that you would like to recommend to the audience?
Well, honestly, most of the horror movies I've watched, I would recommend like Get Out, Hereditary, Midsummer, stuff like that. Especially some series like the one I'm watching right now, Beauty in Black is great. I watched a lot of like documentaries on Netflix, like true crime documentaries. I recommend that. I love true crime documentaries. It keeps me hooked all the time. So honestly, films like that are my favorite.
Wow. You know, I gotta say you are very mature.
Thank you.
Yes, I love your energy. I really do. And I love your positivity and your smile and your energy and I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see the film, The Sheepdog with all the cast members goes on and it's coming out in theaters. You were fabulous, by the way. Everybody on that cast was amazing. So, what is your big message you want to tell the audience other than what we talked about a little bit?
I just want to say, like, just keep trying really hard, it can get really hard sometimes. You might not get booked all the time, you might feel like, oh, why am I doing this? I'm not really getting a lot of jobs. Like, we just really have to trust. And if you really believe that you can do it, you really can. Like, there's been a lot of times where I've just been like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, it's taking up too much time and I'm tired and stuff like that. But it's really worth it. It's really worth it. And then at the end, you're going to feel really proud of yourself and you're going to be.
Amen. So I gotta ask, since you brought that up, what keeps you going when you have all these auditions, which we know, and your mom knows and your family knows, with all the million auditions, with all the no's and the yes, what for yourself encouraged you to say, you know what, I'm gonna keep going, even though you said I want to quit, but I'm gonna keep going.
Mhm. Honestly, I feel like it's really just like I feel like there's just a couple times where I've been to like premieres and I've been to like my shows before and I've seen myself and I see like the audience and I see like the people and they're like you did great, like you really did this and that and like they would relate to me and they'd be like, oh, you're so much like my daughter, you're so much like this. And it really made me feel like wow, like I'm really happy that I can make people feel that type of way. I can make people like relate or like listen to my side of the story or like really think about my character a lot. And there's been times where I've been like on Zoom calls with like directors and stuff, and they've like like they've cried because it's like, like there's like just like wow, I like that so much, and I'm happy I can make people feel that way and like relate to me and things like that.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. What's your message and encouraging message for a lot of young actors who are looking up to you or looking any up to, excuse me, any other young actors who want to be in the entertainment industry?
Well, I just feel like I said, like just don't give up. Like it's gonna get really hard, but don't give up. Just think about like all the things you can do in the future and think about like, all the things you can buy maybe like you can go shopping, you can do, think about that. Cause I'd be thinking about it, be like, oh my God, I just got paid, like, you can go shopping, think about that type of stuff. Like that's the type of stuff that keeps me motivated.
Um,
And yeah, I really enjoy that. But some advice I can give is like, like how you present yourself is really important. So like make sure that, you think about yourself before you do certain things or think about, what this can do in the future. Think about it for sure. And like don't just think about in the moment, but think about like maybe what if I stop doing this? Like what will happen in the future? Like I don't want to do anything that I'll regret in the future. Like if I stop now, like what if I like lost a huge chance of being like this big actor and doing all this and all that? So yeah.
wow, I love your energy. So true. Don't quit. Don't keep going and and just keep fighting. You never know.
Yeah.
My last question is, what's the best advice you received or heard?
The best advice I've received. Like I said, it probably has to be like how you present yourself is really, really important. Because, like, if you present yourself a certain way and other people know you a different way, it's really hard. And, like, you don't want that stuff to get in the way of you, what you're going to do in the future and things like that. Like, watch what you say, watch how you put yourself out there. I think that's really important. And other advice is probably just like just be you. Like when you do your acting, like just make sure that like what you act like doesn't get in the way of how you really are and things like that. I do think that's really important. So yeah.
Wow. And where can people find you on social media?
Well, my Instagram, Natalie Camille, she's just Natalie Camille Sepulveda. You can see my Instagram there. And that's really just the main source I use. And my mom has my Facebook, but it's kind of like really old. I was like 8 years old and like I was like super shocked. But yeah, no. My Instagram is the most one I use. So
Hmm.
yeah.
And any last message to promote your film coming out?
I just hope you guys like it. I think it's a great film. I had so much fun
And
shooting
it's
it.
coming out in theaters when?
Yeah, December. Yeah.
December. Okay. Well, I love your energy and I'm so
Thank you.
proud of you. And, I can't wait to see this film. I love the films. I love any films, horror, action, whatever, and so on. So, I'm so proud of you and keep up the good work. I
Thank you.
definitely can't wait to have you back on so I can
Yeah.
talk about your next upcoming film. So, thank you again for
Thank
coming on.
you. Thank you.
You're very welcome, and I'll talk to you soon. I
Bye.
hope you have a good day.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Great. Bye.